My siblings recall me playing with Barbie and Action Man, splitting their legs open. Doing this.
Thing up make sense soon. Make a band-aid and put it over the wound.
Watagwan pa, watagwan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So by the title of this video, we're going to be tapping into sexuality, our sexual experiences. I've spoken about my sexuality and my experiences in previous videos, but obviously if you go onto Maggie Mayhem's YouTube channel, you'll see that there are some videos that she's done on it as well, and I just wanted to do a video, compare our experiences and also talk on it. So
and I feel like also be good because it was from a girl's perspective and a male's perspective. I come from a big family. My mum's one of 22, so I grew up with a lot of cousins around me which were both older and younger. So while I was in Uganda around the age of 6, that's when while that was happening, my first experience was actually with a housemaid. So we had housemaids in our house back then that would do all the cleaning and stuff. So what she did, she took me swimming, and at the swimming pool it was planned. She had a male friend come to like do stuff with me in the pool. The guy was like basically trying to me and stuff in the pool, which is very sick when you think about it. So I think that was my first one, and after that again my cousins, a lot of it as well, funny enough, was actually females. And I feel like again there's this whole, when it comes to sexual assault and abuse, I feel like a lot of people think it's always male on female and it's always a stranger. Like statistics show that a lot of times things like that actually happen with people you actually know. As well with me, it happened a lot with my cousins, and majority were my female cousins. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not them people who get sensitive and upset about it. I don't know why, I've just never been. I feel like we move, like I don't know, it's not something that affects me emotionally, but I feel like it's something that has affected me psychologically. How it affected me was that like I actually don't get aroused like that. Okay, as much as I want to stay a virgin till marriage, like, you know, you want to feel all... Yeah,
it's just normal to be able to get...
I just feel sick. Like, I've been with my boyfriend, guys, for 3 years, and like, it's don't touch me. Like, my body, as much as I want it, like, I can say I want it, my body just rejects it. Like, I feel like I want to vomit. First of all, I never knew that was because of my abuse.
Yeah, you didn't identify it that straight away.
Because you don't identify it until years later, and it's like, oh wait, I was abused. When you hear people talking about, wait, that happened to me as well. So it's like, when I was thinking, why do I not like boys kissing me or boys touching me, I had to actually find the root of the problem, and that was basically how it affected me.
With me, as I said in my previous video, my experience happened with an aunt that was looking after me. I don't necessarily know the motive behind it, but I can remember everything that happened. As much as I was an infant, I remember certain things. Where it started it was as simple as looking at a picture. So I was shown a picture, and then it made me think, oh my God, I actually remember being in this room. What was I doing here? And then that's how the pattern starts. Once that situation had happened to me, I then now can remember I went on to do it with other cousins. Yeah. It's like I was fortunate enough to be given this toy.
So you now go give it to somebody else, and it's like the cycle continues.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. That's literally what happened for me. Obviously, every person's like reaction to things is completely different. My reaction to things was, let me introduce myself. So when I'm getting into relationships, it's like, let me introduce myself on a level. Let me realize this situation that we've got going on, and then we can work it out from there. That's how it was for me. Obviously, as I've gotten older and I've had to force myself to be in my own space, not think about all those type of things, it was hard in the beginning. I'm grateful for that process.
What are you grateful about in that process?
I'm happy that I could have identified it. I'm happy that I identified it, and the reason why I say that is because it all happened so fast, maybe 3 to 5. You know what it was? When I stopped being around my aunt,
it's like the memory goes.
It's like it just stops. And it's almost like a psychological thing. And it's like when you see that person again, or when you see a picture or things like that, you tap into that mentality again. But once I had moved, once I started going to school, I got my mind off of those particular things. everything just stopped. It was weird.
So obviously I watched your last video. I know obviously you made mention of your auntie. So do you feel like as well, you know, when you're talking about your coming out story, do you feel like your auntie played a part in your sexuality? Do you feel like, you know, your auntie dressing you up and things like that, psychologically and unconsciously, it kind of made you...
If I'm gonna be real, yeah, I don't think my aunt would have dressed me up like that if she didn't sense a level of femininity in me. As much as I was young, as much as I was maybe like 2 or 3, I feel like she must have seen some form of flamboyance or just, I don't know, a bit of sass or flair for her to want to put me in a wig. Because it's like, you didn't do that to no one else.
I agree but also disagree. I feel like when it comes, especially because your auntie was older, I feel like because in her situation, it wouldn't be like a younger person molesting a younger person. I feel like that was literally predatorial. Do you get what I mean? And of course, in some families, they do it to multiple siblings, but I've seen more often than once it happens to one person, and they always find the person that's normally the one that's quiet.
When I was a child as well, I was the only one that was like loving. I was the one that would want to be around you, hug you, So maybe she took advantage of my kindness and my presence, done whatever she needed to do.
You were easier for her to manipulate. So you didn't answer the question.
as I said already, yeah.
I said, do you think she played a part in your sexuality?
I feel like, if I'm being honest, yeah, in a way, there's been occasions where like a girl will want to flirt with me and she will touch my genital areas, and I'm like, bro, what are you, like, that actually makes me freak out. It makes me feel uncomfortable. That's why with me, it's like, I would never slap a girl's bum or be invasive in that way, because I genuinely know what it's like. Do you get what I mean? Another thing in the black community as well, yeah, that I hate, and when I see it, it just makes me feel sick, yeah, is when parents like force their children to like be in these little kiddie relationships. You know when you like go on social media and you see that these little kids hugging, or they're playing a video, and it's like, I can completely understand that it might be cute, but it's like, a boy will be like, you my girlfriend and stuff like that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no.
Or it will be like an older woman and she's twerking in front of a little boy. Those things.
I feel like things. Yeah, go on.
Those things, they're not good for kids.
It's not because I feel like a lot of people when they actually record their sex experiences, a lot of it came from playing mummy and daddy, or from my little, like, do you know, like when your 6-year-old, 5-year-old boyfriend.
My siblings will call me playing with Barbie and Action Man, splitting their legs open.
Guys, as much as we're laughing, obviously we've got to the stage in our life where we can laugh about things like that, but it's actually like you're doing this with the dolls, and it's like, I feel like as well, you know, you say this all the time, we live in a world that's very, like, literally on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like we're past 10. You can put on the TV, people are kissing, people are doing this, and it's like kids seeing things like that then want to imitate it, and then from wanting to imitate it, it opens up doors to things that they shouldn't have. So for example, the reason why I asked you, do you think your auntie had a part to play, is because with me, because I was fiddled around a lot by women. I thought, okay, cool, I don't know why when men touch me. Okay, of course one man touched me, but I grew up thinking, okay, why am I not attracted to men? Do you get what I mean? I started to think, wait, am I attracted to women? Because, you know, those are the people that used to do things with me. And when I got into, you know, this, when I got into the type, I used to watch, there was a time my friend got me into watching men and female used to make me sick. So I used to only like lesbian. Yeah. So I used to think, okay, wait, maybe I'm a lesbian now. Like, I actually used to legit think, maybe I like women now. And I feel like I would never have questioned my sexuality if I had never been. Do you get what I mean? But because I was touched up with women, and in a sense I kind of accepted it, it made me think, okay, but why did you accept it? Did you like it? Did you this? Do you get what I mean? It made me question my sexuality.
In a lot of countries, there are a lot of like lesbians and gays, but they haven't tapped into it because of their environment. I feel like they have. I feel like this is why threesomes exist. So what, you only can have
with a woman when it's a threesome. Like, come on now. Do you get what I mean? I feel like it's there, but again, like, people are afraid to express who they really are.
No, but I genuinely do. I feel like once you feel those emotions, there's no kind of
going back.
There's no going back.
I think there is.
There's no going back, Maggie. Trust me.
I feel like it's all psychological. Who you're attracted to.
I do believe that who you're attracted to is psychological, because I have met so many gay men that are happy to sleep with women. So that's why I don't like to put labels on myself. Do you get what I mean? Because when I'm in that moment, I don't want you to then come around and say, oh, so you're bisexual now. Like, I don't need it. Do you get what I mean? If in that moment I want to rub up on a woman or lay down with this woman, don't now call me bisexual, and then don't
now call me gay.
Don't now
call me straight.
Like, or call me confused. Like, there's no don't put me on nothing. I have met so many men that regularly sleep with women but are more comfortable to be in a relationship with a man. It's not necessarily something that you can explain. It just is what it is. To me specifically, maybe it might be me being in denial. I'm not even trying to go into it too deep, because I don't want nobody telling me I'm calling them out or anything like that. But if I wasn't and if I didn't continue onto it by, let's just say, introducing that toy to that other male, I wouldn't even have wanted to experience a male experience as an adult. Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
So when I was younger, it didn't matter if it was a male or female.
You just wanted to.
I just wanted to show you that toy. Do you get it?
Yeah. So, you know, like when you and you feel guilty, but as much as you know it's guilty, there's that pleasure you get from it. I think that's the best way to explain when you're being it's like, you know it's wrong. First of all, but I think it's opposite. You know it's wrong, but as much as you know it's wrong, it's, hey, try it. Even though you know it didn't make you feel right, it's still, let me pass it on and here, you try it. I think that's the best. I think that's the best example we can give to people to make them understand. I was only doing it in a private setting, and then there was nobody to tell me, don't do that, that's wrong. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like that's how you knew it was wrong, because I feel like that's what made me know it was wrong, because it was very secretive. It was, we need to make sure we don't get caught, or shh. Okay. You get what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you know, like, it wasn't something you can go, hey mommy, come and see what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like when a child is being naughty, it's like, let's go play. Do you know what I mean? Like, you knew you had to do it where people can't see you. Or like your dad put it, like if your dad walked in, like you knew, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what I'm talking about. It's like you knew it wasn't something that you were supposed to be doing. You lot might think I'm being mad or whatever, but I genuinely believe that every person's sexuality, some form of circumstance has happened. Do you get what I mean? I just feel like, what do you mean by that? I feel like your sexuality comes from circumstances earlier on in your life. Not everybody that is molested is going to be gay. 100%. There's different reactions to being molested. There's you liking the same sex. There's you being promiscuous. There's you rejecting, having a fear of it. Like, not everybody's reaction is the same, but I do genuinely feel like when it comes to sexuality and what you like is from a stage earlier on. I feel like it stems from a stage earlier on. I feel like the reason why people say, oh, you're born gay is simply because you can't remember, not everybody can remember that earlier on. Do you know what I mean? Just like I said to you lot, like I remembered certain events because I saw pictures. Not everybody had that opportunity to tap into their past. You get what I mean? Putting my religious beliefs aside, because I know people come and mention that, I agree with God. As much as, you know, they'll say God created Adam and Eve, I hear that and I agree. Okay, people might believe we're born genetically wired to be male and female. The reason why I agree with God is because I feel like when, as a kid, you grow up and you see male and female, the same way we might have saw different, automatically you're then wired like your sexuality. Okay, for example, okay, if you're born and you see a man and woman are kissing, you're seeing your mama and dad or your auntie and uncle are kissing, or you're seeing TV and man and woman are having sex, that is going to wire a person's brain. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like I agree with what you're saying in that sense. I feel like you grow up based on kind of what you see. That's what will be your norm. Do you get what I mean? Societal norms. I agree. I actually agree.
I believe it's sexual experiences which influence your sexuality.
I don't know.
Just because you're seeing your two parents be together, I don't believe that you just.
It can cause you to be inquisitive.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna go and do it. But if somebody goes and slaps two men banging each other and enjoying it on your TV, that would push you more to go and want to find out what it is. Most of the time, when something is presented to you as wrong, you are gonna want to know why is it wrong? Do you get what I mean? When you're constantly told, don't do this, don't go here, you can't have this, you can't do that, you're gonna want to go and do it.
Go do this, go do that. I agree. I don't know. I feel like with this whole this whole thing, I feel like it's a very
tricky.
It's very tricky because it's very broad. Like everybody is different. Like some people, it will never affect them until maybe their last 5 years or nothing. Like, everybody is different. Like some people can go through life and it never affects them. So I feel like the people that might be watching, and I feel like the best thing is you have to first of all understand. I feel like you have to understand your trauma. Understand your trauma. Understand the effects of your trauma. How to manage your trauma, because the truth is life still moves on. Do you get what I mean? I feel like some people still live in their trauma, and you have to understand that situation does not define you. Because I feel like a lot of people are saying your auntie needs to be put in prison. That is not even the point of the video. He found himself in that situation. As much as it was unfortunate, it was a blessing in disguise. I feel like the same thing you were saying.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not angry about being attracted to whoever I'm attracted to. I'm not angry about it, It makes me more me. It makes me more interesting. I'm allowed to be able to understand different walks of life and not just one. So I think that's one good thing about it. Yeah, literally.
You can have a conversation about God there. And I feel like you're actually very understanding. Like, listen, God there.
I've met so many people that reach their 40s, 50s and have still not accepted that. Just because you're not sleeping with men, it don't mean that you're still not attracted. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't.
Why are you fighting it?
Don't fight it, bro. Just understand you. Nobody's saying that you need to go and jump into bed with a man. Nobody's saying that you're even gonna enjoy it. But find you.
They're trying to fight it so bad that they're not happy within themselves. Again, nobody's saying that you have to go and fiddle with the same sex, but be happy within yourself and be like, look, this, because some people, it might be a fault within them. Do you know what I mean? If that's how they view it, that's fine. There's this fault within me that I'm not happy with, but do you know what? I'm not going to let it tie me down. Do you get what I mean? I'm a walk in it. Be happy in who you are. Like, even with me, I feel like that's why I'm not upset about my home experience. It's made me stronger. I am who I am. I might not get aroused, but I feel like I found a partner who understands me. See, God, even in your storms, He'll bring a blessing. Well, I know Kristen's gonna say, like, how's that a blessing? Guys, disclaimer, guys, it's very insensitive, when people say things like God, because people feel like your auntie triggered it. It's okay, since we know the trigger now, let's rewind it. Like, it's okay for him to pick what he wants to pick. Like, people saying to me, Maggie, he needs spiritual healing. Listen, I know I'm Christian, but if my friend is happy the way he is, listen, I know some people think it's not okay to, separate your beliefs away from my beliefs. I accept him for who he is.
I want people to get off of this label thing, because as I said already, you can be married to your woman for 100 years and constantly desire men, or you could be married to a man and be sneaking out and dealing with women. Like, genuinely, labels is what makes people decide that, all right, cool, I now have to follow into what everybody is calling me. If everybody is calling me this, then that must be what I am. Or do you get what I mean? Like, labels is the root of all evil. If no, trust me, it is. Because it's like, just because one video of mine blows from a prank, I'm not a prankster. Do you know what I mean? Like, trust me. Tap into it's okay.
People actually tried to call you a prank. I remember you were getting this whole you're a prankster kind of thing. Yeah.
Like, tap into what you tap into.
Allow people to be free.
Allow people to be free. Tap into what your energy is drawing you to.
But the Bible says, "Come as you are. Come as who you want to be." No, but seriously, come as who you want to be. Be a prankster.
Do not let naysayers come and dictate who you are or stop you from expressing or experiencing anything. And over the past 5 years, I have stopped allowing that toxic masculinity and how a man is meant to be and not being masculine enough. Like, bro, I'm so happy with tuning into my femininity. I'm so happy to be able to embrace a woman without sexualizing her. I'm so happy to be able to embrace a man without sexualizing him. Like, it's a blessing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And not many people can say that. Everything is that, oh, you can't be friends with this person because you must like them. All that rubbish is just too much. It's too much.
Just stay true to who you are. That's my final thing. Stay true to who you are and be happy in what you are in.
That was all for this video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the ting. Make sure you go over to Maggie Mayhem's channel and subscribe. Spam her comments, show her some love. That was all for this video. Thank you for the love. One fucking love. Watagwan pa, watagwan.
If people want more